Hello and welcome. It is day number 11, month number 9 for year number 2019. It's also the 9-year anniversary of the 9-year anniversary of the 2011 events, which is just another way of saying 18 years, I would suppose. But 9 years ago is when the evidence for, wow, okay, things were done that way, they were told to us that way, and still not much has changed. But it's not about that. That's just our date today. Go Chain, which has been getting its ass kicked. 100 Satoshi, it was like 900 back in April. And, well, it's 9 times loss. And it's almost difficult to be starting up at these points and expect to be overperforming the market. It's almost impossible, if not impossible. Whether you can start at 227 here or 230 and be profiting now, maybe. That's still going to be difficult because you got to do well better than overperform the market by 2x to do it when the price is cut in half. All right then. Over the last couple of days, there's been some interesting volatility. I mentioned this morning, breaking out starting here, that it's just wild volatility, and it really hasn't stopped. It's still at, I mean, this hour is not so volatile, but a lot of the ones previous obviously have been. Just a couple hours ago, going from 111, losing over 10%. What I want to do is I want to talk about short-term buy low, sell high trading and strategies. And even markets like this, if you play every Satoshi point, you could really cover all the bases, but I'm going to be using every 3 points in this example. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the 1 minute term time frame as this market is rallying up yesterday afternoon. Or rather, actually, I'm going to start here on the 6th of September. Assuming you've seen this, if you buy at this stage, you're always going to have the problematics of buying near the high. Let's assume that you put in a sell order or buy order rather. Oftentimes, doing stuff like that will work. But so let's just assume you start at a 93 price position, and then look to buy if it goes down 3 points, and sell if it goes up three. Now these numbers will change in different situations. But then just wait and see. Oh, a sell order comes in at 96, and you should already have a seller at 99, 102, 105, and so on and so forth. Or maybe you have a seller at 96, 99, then a huge one at 107, a massive one maybe at 122, and then everything you got maybe at whatever larger number. So in a spot like this, you should already have one in at 99, and just bought at 96. So let's put an order in at 93. And then just let the time go on. We can see in here that the buy order would fill. You'd still keep your order ready at 99, but you'd also have a new one now in at 96. And we would see in here that 90 was the one that I was going with. 3 point differential. And then 87 if it were to hit as well. So I'll move this now to 87. And it's been a nice decline. So I'm going to keep the seller at 93 though. Meaning I was thinking about going 4 points higher, but no. And then we'll just let the market do its thing. Now technically this hit 87, so that's something I need to look out for. So on this period, but we'll assume that we didn't hit it there because that's going to happen sometimes. But the next time it hits, we most certainly will, if it does. And there we go. There's the 87 buy. Move the sell down to, or let's go 91 now. Because when you have this bunch in a row, you're bound for a good rally. Bunch in one direction, that is. And then we can see at this point in here, from 1644 all the way through 3 o'clock in the morning, that's just how it is. It's buying and selling at 88 and 89. That is just not volatile. And to do something like this, you're going to have to find a way to be able to do this 24, well, not 24/7, but during the entire time that this is happening, because you could be doing things like leaving town, doing other things at home, and sleeping and things like that. But we'll assume that you either got multiple shift segment, or you're actually willing to wake up and make your trades and go back to sleep and things. Like here's a spot where you get a ringer order at 5 o'clock in the morning, 91. Change the orders to 88 and 94. And this goes up to 93, but not quite. And here we have an 88 hit at 1600 hours on September the 8th. So now I'm going to move this. Do I want to go 3 or 4 points? I'm going to go to 91. And for 88, we'll bring that down to 85. And see here, and it should hit for you. If not, it most certainly would have definitely hit. Most definitely would have hit because it went to 92 at this time frame. So that would be a sell, which means we will now look for the buyback. We'll go 88, and then sell orders again ready at 94, 97, 100, 103, and then whatever else, how you do it after that. And we have 94 hit, and this is a situation where 97 also hits as well. So that's 3 sell order fills in a row and 2 very fast. So I'm going to look for a 4-point drop on this. So buy at 93. And then 100, of course, would be the next one. And then the next one would come in at this 100 number. And another great move. 4 sell orders hit in a row now. Big move from 89 to 100. And in spots like this, again, more in a row, doing it really fast, play extra aggressiveness or play for the volatility that's higher. Started off playing moves of 3 basis points. Well, now let's look for, we were selling at 100, so let's now go for a 5-point move down at 95. And there we have it. Because if it goes up faster, you can obviously get larger size declines. So we'll move this down 3 more points again to 92. And you can make bigger buys on that spot too, because you're fulfilling better orders than you were before. I'm going to go up 4 basis points to 99 this time, and then I would adjust the orders to 102, 105, and according so on. And this is hitting 98, but there we go. The 99 would hit right there. So we'll move this up to 102. After buying at 99, let's go. In this case, I'm going to go 96 because it's just back to regular movements now. And you see I could have easily went 95 and would have gotten it, but that's fine. So we'll bring this down to 93 and we'll go 99. And the 93 here is actually hitting, as we could see in here, because this, when you see a candle like this, that means somebody sold it down to 93. And this was well after the fact that this order would have came in. So I think by that time, especially in here, you should have got the buy. So 93 buy, and then the sell either 96 or 97. I'm going to go 97. And this brings us to September the 9th, end of the day, so we'll be entering September 10th and then today soon. Okay, so 97 would get sold. So 97 would then get upgraded, and of course you'd again, once again, I don't need to say that over again, but it would be order which should already, or your plans for future situations after that would come into play thereafter. They're close at this 99, but not quite, and you figure you're going to hit more times than not, and given the time factor, you can only presume that that would hit. So now we can move this up to 97. I'm going to go 96 just because we haven't been buying at that level. It's a newer, higher number. And then again, all that, I'm not that's going to keep going on. So there we have it, 103, and we can see that 106 would have hit as well. And I'm going to pick a 101 buy order just because from 106, 103 is a 3-point differential. 102 I could even go to, but with this big move, I want to come back in here. 101 is a more safer play than 100. And then, yeah, let's continue on. So there we go. There's 101. And then 98 would also have hit as well on the minute time frame of 1542. And oftentimes you could be away from the computer for a while. You may miss out on a small gain here and there. But a lot of these orders in time can fill in as well. And sometimes they can work for your benefit too. Whereas, say, Say, for example, you're looking to sell at 104. If you would buy at, say, 99, which you did when you were gone, and then you ended up coming back and it's 110. Well, you got a better sale. So it can work both ways. So the last buy coming in at 98, not 95 would be the next one, just 3 points lower than that. And we'll start off the selling at 102, 4 points higher after this big volatility, which happens to match this level of support in here. And here's a spot where it would have just kept going higher. And if you'd be available for the minute, what fast minutes you can do from there? Well, from now I'm going to go 102, 105, 108. And then how maybe you had a big one in at 116, but no, we're going to go 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, and even 17. And after a spot like this, where do you buy? I'm looking right here first at this level of key support. That's a 10-point drop from there, which is a lot more than the 3. But I could fill in maybe the 117, the 114 sell orders at that point. And then if it goes lower, I could sell my 111 at a lower one like that. Or I could get my buyback is another way of putting it on that. I have an order at 120, but I know it doesn't go there, so I'm just going to go like that. And there's the 107 hit. And you pretty much make 2 buys type thing given where you were before. So there's 104 we'll put in. And the next order, let's go 111, a 4-point differential higher. And there we would have it here. We could have got better than 111. We could have got 112 and maybe 113. That now depends on order priority. And what order priority is first come, first serve. So if you're looking to put a sell order, say, in at 113, and there happens to be 100,000 already for sale there, well, those 100,000 go first, and then you'd be next, and everyone who comes in after you would be after you. First come, first serve. So for sure, if you had an order at 112, you know it hit. If you put an order at 113, you might have and you might not have hit it. Okay, so with that being said, there's an order in at 114. After the 111 buy, let's go back to 107. And there we go. The 107 doesn't hit, but the 14 handle does. That means the already ready 117 isn't for sale. And now do I go 110 or 111? I'm going to go 110. Still is a nice higher low, but either way, 111 is going to hit a bit more often. 110 gives you a better value in your trade. And of course the 110 would hit, but so would the 107 as well, as we can see in here. So 2 orders would be filled. And after buying at the 7 and 10 handle, well, the next buy is 4. But as far as where I would sell, probably the 11 number. And it would have hit instantly, but it goes up to 12, so I would have hit it for sure. So that means the 14 isn't for sale. And probably do the 107 again. That has just been a good number. And there we have it. Of course, it goes lower. Does 104 come into play? Yes, it does. So you have 107 and 104 filling, which means now it's 101 where the next buy would be. And as far as the next order would be, the last buy was 104, so at least at the 7 number, but I'm going to go 8. And there we go. And you can see I could have got up to 10. Or actually, the 11 comes in too. I'm not going to take that. Sometimes you would. Maybe something that could have missed, I think. If it happens again on the next run, I will. But not there. So I'm going to go 104 for the buy order now, which hits. And for selling, it's going to be 8 or 9. I'd probably keep the 8 number, and that means 101 is the next number, which kind of, I think, hits again here. Yeah, you can see the low is 101. So even though it doesn't touch the line, it did hit the 101. Because I could move this line up to it, and it still says 101. Okay, so that means the next buy is below the 100 number at 98. 104 or 105 is where I'm looking to buy. So I'm going to go 105. And there we can see it executes. That means I'll put in 108. And after that, what do I want to go? 101 or 102? I'm going to go matching low at 101. You can even choose a lower low because we're in a bear market here. Okay, so it's a sell order filling, which puts the next order in at 111. And then 104 or 105 to buy. Let's do 4. And the 4 hits, which will mean this here goes to 101. And then about 8 probably again. There we have it, the 8 hits. So might as well keep what's working. 104 on the buy and 111 obviously on the sell. And there we have it, giving us a sell order fill. And move that up to 114 and the buy order either 8 or 7. I'm going to go 8 for this one even though it's a 3-point drop only. Hits. I'm going to make the next one down to 104 though, because that's where it was from before and it's a number that's worked out well. And I'm going to go 112 to sell on this one here. And it sells. So move that up, and where do we want to buy after that? Minimum is 110, or maximum rather. So I can go 108. And we could see that it would fill, and it would fill down to, does the 105 hit here? No. Nope. So we'll just put the buy order in for that number. And then from there, where we sell minimum 111, but we'll go 112 and then 105, which didn't hit from before, and still might here too. Nope, we get the sell. So now we'll move that to the 8 spot, and of course we're going up to 15 now. An order that should have already been placed a while ago with good priority, which hits. Does it go to 18? Not even close. 4 points off of that would be 111, 5 is 110. Which one do I want to choose? It's up pretty nice. It seems I do a little bit extra, so I think I would probably prefer to take a 5-point drop in price from the last sale if it's going to go down now. But, well, it's going to probably be higher if it keeps going up because now we got a nice move up to 118. So maybe I just want to go to like 112 or 113 to this little previous level here, which is what I'll choose to do. And it's going to go higher than that because the 121 hits. Does 124 hit? Nope. So I'm going to only go a couple points higher than that, like 114. And so I don't need to change that out because it just wasn't going to execute. So the 114 would. And given that you sold at 121 at 118, you could finish both of those buy orders back just like that as one way of doing it. And then just maybe go right back to that grind. Okay, back to 118 for the next sell. 118, 121, 124. And you'd already be ready again for your next one at 111. So that could have been like a double buy kind of deal because of you waiting for an extra lower price. Okay, so now we are in today's session at 6 o'clock in the morning, and there's the 118 that gets a hit. And in this case, I think 114, the price that it would just hit, I would presume I'd be buying. So I'm just going to keep the lines in as they are because that's where I'd be reselling and buying again. And we can see it's a buy. Does it go down to 108? Looks like yes, it does. So 2 buy orders get filled. So now I might look to buy at, say, 112, 1 point higher, or 4 points from the lower, 1 point higher than that 110 buy. And 105 would be where the next one is. And that would hit. So now we can bring this down maybe to 109 and be buying at 102. Whether I want to count this or not, I probably should. And I shouldn't. The reason why I shouldn't is because you just recently put your order in. You just bought down here. But that was a decent amount of time, and these orders had to get filled anew from the point where the price action fell from there. So I think there would be a decent chance that you would have filled this order. So I'm going to move it up here under 112. Then after that buy, I believe you do a matching number at that 105. And we can see that it would hit. Does the 102 come in? Yes, it does as well. So now as far as where we want to sell, probably over that 5 number. 6 or 7, I would be presuming 99 would be the new buy. And I know it goes down there today, or did. But does it hit 106 first? What was this? There's a 99 low at 10:15. So now I'll go maybe 104 and then down to 96, which I don't think it has went down to today yet. Okay, so 104 would have been sold. And maybe buy it at the one handle again. And actually, we last bought it at 99, but buy it at 100 anyway. 4-point differential in price, which is good. We just did a 5-point sell from the bottom, from 99 to 104. And then the 107 would hit. So next up is 110. And let's bring this up to 103. And the 10 gets executed. So that goes to 13 and do 106. 4-point differential drop, which hits. And then to sell, let's go 110. Yeah, 110. There's too much fraction in this range. Even though it wouldn't matter because the 103 as well as the 100 would hit. You just change your sell orders. And when the market looks like this, it's down a while. And that's why I think you can choose those larger numbers. So we can go 104, 105 as any one of those main spots. And we can see here that the 5 would have hit. Question is, do I want to count it? And I don't feel like counting it because this one here would be a little bit difficult. Maybe you hit it, or maybe you did hit it, or maybe you didn't. If you did, well, then you would have had your buyback already because the price came down here. And that'll be part of the game. And you could be trying to sell here, try to get, and I've had this happen to me a lot, where I see this, and I've even maybe had an order in at 105, or wherever this high happens to be when the chart looks like this. And then I sell my order. I'm trying waiting, someone buy, nope. And then for these minutes in here, where I see it at 104, I'm like waiting and waiting and waiting. It doesn't happen, and then all this happens. So those things can happen as well. And at this stage here, you'd see the price at 101, and you just wait for 105 or 97, as you would have been doing since like 1400 hours. Now it's 1700 hours and change, 1727, as I'm doing this. And this is again why, when you think about how much time over the time management for something like this, if I was to try to take advantage of every single trade, you have to be available 24/7. But just to sit and wait around for alerts to hit is pointless. And they're going to hit when they do. And then when they do, it takes you maybe a minute or 4 minutes or whatever, how long it takes to execute the trades, write what else you need to do as far as accounting management is concerned. And that is that. As far as the amount of trades that were made, I'm not going to calculate the gains because it definitely would have been implied. This was your starting number at 93. There would have been 65 trades done. 65 in just a few days, which of course the most being over the last 2 days, as the wild market would be coming into play. And that's as shown in here. Just all of these up and down swing moves. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.